a soldier in the Australian Army for 11 years. He performed two tours of duty, one in East Timor and the other in Iraq. He's a Sydney-born, hard-working family man. Scott also wants to be known for his dashing good looks and his big nose. He tells me everyone loves a big nose. He also promises, or at least I think he promises, that he won't swear. I'll try not to. I've got a jar here. He has to put money in every time he swears. Please, can you welcome the man with his beautiful big Aussie nose, Mr. Scott Moreland.
We love you, nose.
How you going, infidels?
Well, great.
Bloody hell. Sherman busted a nut almost, I think. I'm going to have trouble out doing that one. 3 years ago, there's been 3 people in my life that can actually ever talk me into doing something that I really don't want to do. We don't want to be happy. We should not have to be doing this, okay? This is up to these fuckwits in there. They're the ones that are supposed to be protecting us, but they're friggin' not, okay? 3 people in my life have been able to talk me into doing things that I really don't want to do. My wife, a bloke that I served in the military with, and this little black bugger down here. 3 years ago, he talked me into doing something I really didn't want to do and flew me down to Melbourne to do the very first speech I'd ever done. And I'm glad he did, because before that, it honestly felt on this topic I was just screaming into the air and no one was listening. But since then, I've met so many awesome people.
Love you, man. Be yourself.
Before I go any further, can I get everyone to put their hands together for the cops? I reckon you guys, is also, as well as being police officers, you'd make very good pest controllers as well. You manage to keep the fucking vermin away from us. Okay, what I want to do now, I just want to get, just from out the front here, some comment. Who's ever been in a very long, drawn-out argument with a left-wing idiot about the topic of Islam? Give me one of the common arguments you hear from these retards. Anyone, shout it out. All right, you there. Islam means peace. Okay, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to just give you some pointers on how to respond to this, so it'll save you banging your fucking heads against the wall. That's one thing Denny hasn't been able to stop me doing, his swearing. Sorry about that.
Love you, man.
Islam means peace. Okay, here's how you respond to that. Muhammad married a 6-year-old child. He was a pedophile. Could I please get another argument that you've heard? I can't hear. I just need one person.
They're not all terrorists.
Right, there we go. Muslims are not all terrorists. Well done, that man. Here's how you respond to that. Muhammad was a fucking pedophile. Could I get another argument, please? Okay, yeah, we're fascists, righto. Here's how you respond to that. Well done, quick learners. Isn't it? Look at this bloody building here, isn't it beautiful? It's a shame it's housing so many friggin' wankers in there. Do you know, I heard somewhere, and I don't know how true it is, that one of the reasons that they built the War Memorial so close, like up on that hill, I can see it from up here, is to remind the politicians of all the soldiers that have died to make this country what it is. Obviously, when they come out that friggin' door, they're not looking in that direction, are they? You know, who's seen that movie Braveheart, Mel Gibson? I once watched a documentary about that, and when they were making the movie, there was a segment where the Irish were fighting with the English against the Scots. And what Mel Gibson and what some of the other producers wanted to do, they wanted a group of people that would characterise the Irish. So what better place to get those people than from the army? They got them from the Irish Army to be the extras in the film. Now, if Dan Morrison, if he represents the Australian soldiers, I'm ashamed to have ever fucking been one. Because he is an Islam-appeasing bigot. How many ex-military members have we got here? Can I get a show of hands, please? Well, you guys I've only been given 10 minutes to, I've got to try and cut this down because we're running behind as it is. But you guys will actually appreciate the format that I'm going to give the rest of my speech in. Remember SMEAC? Yeah, you heard it. Here's the situation. Islam has been running amok for the last 1400 years. It has invaded and conquered to a Muslim majority of nearly 50 countries on the planet. It has done this by using the same three stages of jihad in every single country it has invaded. Closer to home here in Australia, we've had the Martin Place siege. We've got 100 known Australian, I use that term loosely, Muslims fighting for the Islamic State. We've had the murder of Curtis Chang. We've got 25 or in between 25 and 30 Muslims locked up for terrorism-related charges right now. That's the situation. Our mission is to cause and facilitate the eventual eradication of Islam in this country. I'll say it again. Our mission is to cause and facilitate the eventual eradication of Islam in this country. Execution general outline of how this is going to go. It's a three-phase operation. The first phase, believe it or not, has actually already been completed. About a year ago, all you people were probably part of it. We knew that the first thing we had to do was to get people talking about this frigging problem. They were too afraid. Up before 2015, you were going to get called a racist, a bigot, a Nazi, bloody whatever, you know. But now, there isn't a pub, a school, any social gathering where the topic does not come up. And when people are talking about it, some people are going to go and research and they're going to find out that Muhammad was a friggin' pedophile and he was a mass murderer, yada yada. That's the first phase, it's completed, it's done. The second phase, however, is a lot harder and it's going to be a lot longer. The next phase is where we have to get the media to stop lying and deceiving and tell the friggin' truth. Now, I don't know how many people follow the UPF page, Blair and the boys, they've got the right idea. What they're doing, if any friggin' journalist publishes a bullshit story, they show up. They hate being confronted, they really don't like it. I actually believe, I've done a little bit of research into psychopaths, and apparently 1 in 100 people in society tick a few boxes when it comes to psychopaths. And I reckon a lot of these bloody journalists are left-wing psychopaths. And one thing that all psychopaths are afraid of is being exposed. When we turn the tables on those sons of bitches and shine the fucking light on them, they really don't like it. We need to scare some honesty into the bastards. There are some good journalists out there, but they are intimidated by their bosses and their colleagues. We need to get some backbone into them, basically, and get them to stand up, because as soon as a few of them do, and they start telling the truth about this friggin' problem, the rest will follow suit. Okay, the other part that we can do in phase 2 of this operation. How many people here participate in these polls? Like, you know, the polls that they keep on saying where Malcolm Turnbull has a really high approval rating as soon as he was a traitor to Tony Abbott, right? Most of us do not have time to participate in these friggin' polls. I done one once and it took a friggin' hour and a half. But look at it this way, guys. How many of you have travelled all this way to come here? If you want to make a difference, start participating in these polls. Because I don't know who the friggin' hell is participating in these polls. I look at these figures and go, what the hell? Are you serious? No one I know bloody votes that way. The other part, and Danny Nalaya and Blair Cottrell, they're probably going to roll me out the back and kick me ass for saying this, and Kim Verger probably will as well. Look at all the different anti-Islamic parties that we've got right now, right? What if they were all to merge? Maybe not merge, but consolidate their efforts along the one goal. Imagine the dent we could put in the Liberal-Labor monopoly. Now, phase 2, like I said, it's a marathon, not a sprint. This is going to take a very, very long time, and it's going to take all of our efforts to get it done.
Well, we win on the end.
We are turning the tables. Yep. Bloody phase 3. That's basically... Can I get a show of hands again, right? How many atheists and agnostics have we got in the crowd? How many Christians of any faith have we got? All here together. Good to see. I believe after phase 2 is over, the war will pretty much be won on this topic. And the atheists and the agnostics, you can pretty well just go back to your normal lives after that. This is where the Christians have to stop. They reckon only 2% of the Christians actually evangelise, right? They need to stop annoying their friggin' work colleagues and, the Jehovah's Witness knocking on people's doors and all that sort of shit. They need to start knocking on the mosque doors and friggin' convert the 500,000 Muslims that we've got in this country. And the reason I say that is because of this. The atheists are not going to be able to convince 500,000 people, the Muslims, that there is no God. They believe in a God, okay? Furthermore, they believe in a monotheistic God. That leaves 3 main options. You've got Judaism, Christianity and Islam. And there's not very many Jews in this country, so it's up to the Christians to start evangelising these idiots.
Yes, well said.
Okay, what comes after execution, ex-AJs?
Administration.
Administration and logistics. Well done, that man. Hey, shit, how you going, old man? Didn't see you there. He's filmed me too. We've all got our computers. Use them. Word of mouth, get it done. Keep networking amongst each other here. You're doing a friggin' awesome job, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here, okay? Last point. What comes after admin and log? Come on, ex-AJ, shut up, old man.
Oh, drinking.
Command and signals, right? There's no command structure in this operation. It's an individual effort. We're all networking. We've got to do what we've been doing. Word of mouth, you ask any advertiser, right? They'll tell you that word of mouth, as well as the TV, is still the best form of advertising and getting the message out there.
Best ever.
I believe, with the command structure, I believe the man upstairs is in charge of this operation.
Yep, that's right.
However, if you don't believe in God, that's fine. But make no mistake, He has put a fire into every single one of your hearts that are here today. He has done something to make you fight against the tyranny and the evil of Islam. And also make no mistake, don't ever doubt whether or not you're on the right side, because you are definitely on the right side. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for allowing me to speak.
Thank you, Mr. Scott Moreland! Now he owes me a few coins for all those swear words, but Daniel Elias just said he's been the microphone that he's got. If you have given him one, can you please take it from him? He has to get going.
Oops! I did it again, baby. Yeah!
Tune in tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Bye for now.